The festival of Shavuot is obviously the receiving of the Torah, Asher natan lanu et Torat emet, who gave us a Torah of truth. And in many communities there is a tradition to decorate the synagogue with plants, flowers and leafy bowers on Shavuot. Not necessarily as larger flowers as the ones behind me, but you get the general picture. And a common reason is that the Torah was given on Mount Sinai, and that Mount Sinai blossomed in anticipation of receiving the Torah on its summit. Indeed, this idea is first mentioned by a leader of the Ashkenazi community in the Middle Ages, the Maharil. And I recently read a lovely article by Rabbi Baruch Taub, who recounts a story about Mount Sinai and Mark Twain. Mark Twain actually visited Israel in 1867. The Boston Globe advertised a fancy trip which would culminate in visiting the summit of Mount Sinai, and upon which people would then be able to read the 10 Commandments on its summit. The cost was extremely expensive, and obviously only the rich and famous could afford it. But Mark Twain rather put the kibosh on the whole idea by writing to the paper and saying, instead of spending a fortune on this trip to climb Mount Sinai and recite the 10 Commandments, I have a better idea. Save the money, stay home, and keep the commandments. As the Rambam said, Alechem lekabel et haemet mikol shehi magia. One should accept the truth from whatever source it comes. The Torah is eminently portable and not tied to one location. All of us can spend at least a little time learning it. A young man was once asked by the Gera Rebbe if he had learned Torah. Rather quietly the man said, just a little. And the famous Gera Rebbe turned around and said, that is all anyone has ever learned of the Torah. Wishing you all a Chag Shavuot Sameach.